Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fishbowl Topics, man. So today, uh, I haven't been recording. I haven't been going live in a while. So uh, today, I decided to, do something today. I want to touch on a few topics today. That's all right with y'all. Today is trust issues, common issues, understanding, pity, self doubt. And just an additional thing about, I know this is a touchy subject, but I'm going to touch on it today because it's important, y'all, and we need to talk about it. And I have been doing some extensive research, and I really want to talk about this and get this out in the open, the truth about women. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing on women or nothing like that. But the real truth is, and I did some research about both of both men and women. We have this false sense of security about love, right? And it's all an illusion. Yeah, I've come to realize even love, man, it's all an illusion. It does not exist. And the problem is that us men, have been cheating ourselves and hurting ourselves for a long time with this false illusion of security with a woman. And it's really all about survival. Uh, at this point in time, about as far as relationships and stuff like that with people. Now, relationships, I did a thing about relationships a while ago on romance, right? And when I figured out a certain type of truth, now I understand that it does not exist. It's just an illusion. The real truth is, it is what it is, man. Between men and women. Of course, I don't know. I know I'm going to a whole nother topic about God created us. That's a whole nother topic. And I'm talking about now, what's going on now in this generation. A young guy years ago discovered something, and I'm not mad. It's nothing to be mad about. It's actually, women has been denied for a long time their rights, stuff like that, man, to do things that they wanted to do. They had this stigma on women that they supposed to be in the kitchen, they supposed to be cooking, taking care of kids and all that. But the truth is, they deserve the same rights as we do. They deserve to if they want to go to the army, go to the army. If they want to, whatever they to do, they got that right, man. And it's now coming to pass that they do have the rights now, and they're doing, and they're becoming more powerful. And the reason why is because they know how to survive in certain ways that we don't, and they can manipulate. They can manipulate situations, and just it's just about survival. It's really about survival, y'all, man. And once you figure out how a woman really operates, what is her purpose on earth. So Dr. Miles says this. This is what he said. Their purpose was to help us, right? You know, um, but they're surpassing us. They're looking for their own purpose. So really, it's all an illusion. It's no purpose to help each other, man. Even in marriages, I believe now that it's a business, and it's really security for both. So you're really using each other regardless, even if it's in a marriage, you're still using each other, man. In the end, you're using each other for security, a false sense of love that we created, this idea, finances. We both want the same thing, so we're using each other to get it. We're just in an illusion of false security, you know, right? And of course, there's principle, right? There's principles, right? Yeah. But at the same time, I might be going left with it, but I believe that I'm right. And I believe that this guy who understood how women really think. And if you look at this day and age, a lot of men and women are messed up. We're going through a lot. The world is changing. It's a lot of fear in the world. And I want to talk about fear too, because us men had this idea of, if we use our power to dominate a woman and to use our resources to keep them, they would stay. No, no, we're hurting ourselves doing that. We can't put everything on them. Uh, for our shortcomings of being happy, for our shortcomings of security, we have to provide that for ourselves, man. God gave us all a brain, man, to think, to make money. We can't get mad at them when they're trying to survive and make it. Think about it. They have been through so much pressure over the years. Pressure of they couldn't work certain jobs, they couldn't do things that we do. And a lot of them are qualified, low key. And we judge them and we get mad when they don't want to talk to us, or we try to get in relationships. Uh, when you do that, just understand that you're going to get used, right? We're all we all use each other regardless. Even in jobs, man, even in relationships or friendships. What is a friendship? Uh, Two people coming together with a common goal, right? Common goal, common idea, uh, relationships. Remember what I talked about? Relationships are really just conversations and meetings. You meet a new person and you're talking to them, you're in relations, right? You have a relationship, conversations. It all goes to the same thing. But the difference is, if the friendship is going to work, we have to be on the same page, thought, a wavelength of thinking, ideas, functions, things to share a common goal with, you know. Um, and I understand now how it all works, man. And it's really, man, we've been really tricking ourselves, fellas. So the thing is, understand that you do not need a woman to validate you or to make you feel important. We don't need it. I mean, we like the idea. It's the idea, right? The perfect idea. Have a family, kids. When you have kids, you're really using each other now, because y'all got something that's tied together. That's a spiritual thing. Now it becomes a spiritual entity. You know what I mean? Kids are eternal. That's an eternal uh, tie to each other. So you depend on each other for that security, to provide for the children, to keep the home together if you have a home, or a spouse, but you cannot be responsible for each other's happiness. It doesn't work that way. It wasn't designed that way, and I get it now. You know what I mean? And as far as like self doubt, you see, a lot of us have a lot of self doubt about our insecurities in relationships. You know what I mean? How can I make this work? You know what I mean? What do I got to do to keep this person? Whatever. It don't work like that, man. It's all on you. You know what I mean? Even though we create our own lives, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's all on you. You can't depend on other people to make you happy. Um, and the false security thing, the understanding now, understanding why women do things they do to survive. I get it. You know what I mean? Prostitution. It's been happening for thousands of years. So it's nothing new under the sun. Even new ideas. Now, as far as technology and stuff like that, yeah, it's been around for thousands of years, of course. We just now rediscovering a lot of things. The Egyptians had this kind of knowledge thousands of years ago. So we're just now discovering. Nikolai Tesla was one of the first, and Albert Einstein also discovered some things that was about our universe and how it works. So, and a lot of things that we we don't understand. Um, when you get an understanding of what life is, how everything works, how creation works, then you get an understanding of pattern of how everything operates. Even even got man, I ain't gonna go all into that, but we're gonna stay on topic um, about what we're talking about. Um, so yeah, man. And then also um, understanding that we all have a purpose, right? We all got a purpose. What's our purpose? What is our goal? Um, get to our purpose instead of just living an everyday life, going to work and everything. But another thing about trust issues, I get that, I understand that. But at the same time, you got to trust somebody. You know what I mean? So how do we navigate all of these things that we fight with every day? Trust issues, fear, understanding. It all goes in hand in hand. We must practice and develop these skills to understand that and then not rely on each other. You know what I mean? Not relying on other people. You know what I mean? To a degree, yeah, we all need help to get through doors and stuff like that. To get through, get what we want to get in life. We're going to need help. People. Though we can do everything on our own, of course not. But we can prepare and get ready and stuff like that. So especially to the women, ladies, uh, understand this: that you are powerful. You are very powerful, and y'all know how to adapt to just in a lot of situations and stuff like that, just to survive. And it all comes with survival again. It's a survival tactic. All of that, supposed security relationships and all that shit, love and all that. It's an idea, you know. Now it's cool if two people can uh, coexist with that idea and work, right? That's what meant, right? It's what marriage is for. Kind of like bring that together and kind of, you know, uh, use that illusion to survive together, you know, uh, and that business arrangement, spiritual business type, you would say. But yeah, man. And another thing I want to stop pitying yourselves. You know, pity is not real, man. You know what I mean? Don't no, it doesn't exist. So don't pity yourself. You know what I mean? It's a lot of ways to coexist and work through pity and fear and stuff like that. Um, it's all about really just finding out who you are as a person. We're gonna go through those ups and downs, those emotions. You know what I mean? And you can get past that. If you can get past those emotions, then you can get to where you want to get to. Mental health, and I did a thing about mental health too. Was really important. It's really important to work on mental health and meditation, stuff like that helps. It's we're tied to the universe. We're all connected to the universe. So if we can learn how to use the principles and understand the principles of how the structure of the universe is and how God made everything, we can understand uh, the patterns and how to get through it. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that things are not going to always go our way. You know, understanding that you know um, we have the power to create our own lives. So stop using each other for these things because it doesn't exist. We have to understand that we are in control of our own destiny, and that's real. That's real. Um, Again, when I did the thing on relationships, I did a lot of touched on a lot of important things about relationships and romance. And frankly, I thought I knew, but I didn't understand it. I thought I did, and that was bad content. Now I know the truth. So we have to learn to accept things for the way it is, and not hide behind a false sense of who we think we know. Point blank. So, um, yeah, understanding, right? What is understanding, right? All right. So, when you understand something, then you something happens to you. That happens to us when we get a real understanding about something. Something changes up here, where we don't relapse or go backwards anymore. So when you truly understand something, you you break you break that cycle of misinformation and stuff like that. When we truly understand something, you graduate in an area of thought. See what I'm saying? You break something in the mind that a lot of people don't get to have, really get an understanding about certain things. So understanding something, it's really important to understand what we are doing. What are you doing? Where are you going in life? What goals and ideas that you want to bring into to creation? What you want to bring to the table, or especially in relationships, understanding people. And understanding people is a hard task. You can do it if you understand yourself. Then you can understand each other. Um, you know, uh, Self doubt. You know, um, uh, I believe. Honestly, I believe that we are at an age right now, a generation right now, to where if we don't get it now, we're never going to get it. And the way the economy is going right now, and we all better start sticking together, y'all. We got to start sticking together as a whole. I'm not talking about separating race and color. I'm talking about everybody, all of us coming together and sticking together, man, because it's serious. It's no joke. And another thing too, I wanted to touch on was uh, we got to stop fighting each other, man. And another thing too is come together to change things. You know, we can't wait on the government to change things, but they don't know what to do. You know, we have the power to change things. We have the power to do whatever we need to do, what we want to do. We got the brain to overtake and change things. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm, when you become tired of something, something clicks up there, man. Something goes off in your mind, and you get tired of things. You're gonna do something about it sooner or later. So let's get tired of the false security and false sense of these illusions that we, put on ourselves, man. Um, I really appreciate the little time. Um, so I wanna also touch on something else. Um, Understanding the common goal. You know what I mean? Common goal between relationships, ideas, stuff like that. Wisdom. Understanding and having the wisdom to navigate through these type of things and understand that do not let the illusion fool you. I really want to thank you guys. Thank you for the audience. I'm definitely gonna put out some more stuff. I got some more ideas about some other things I want to do. And I promise to always bring you good content and for the masses and to keep it honest for you. You know what I mean? Definitely keep it honest. And if you guys have any ideas, if you want to leave some comments below, you can subscribe. Um, and I got other topics that I want to talk about. I'm gonna shed light on and, about a lot of things. So again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Got more content on the way. We're gonna talk about some things for sure. And I appreciate you guys. And you all have a blessed day. Like I said, subscribe. Send me some comments, man. Let me know, ideas. That's what it's about. Sharing ideas with each other, coming up with ideas, and we can all shed light on situations and things that needs to be talked about or discussed. So you guys have a wonderful day. God bless. And this is Fishbowl Topics. I'm Quinn Fish, and it's been a pleasure. And we're going to stream again soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.